After watching Norfolk Island 2021 adventure, please look in the description below this online video for YouTube links to my 2 other videos on Norfolk Island. We flew from Brisbane in a Qantas Boeing 737 and landed at Norfolk Island International Airport. Pinetree Tours took us to our accommodation at South Pacific Resort Hotel, where we received a welcome drink on arrival. We had twin beds in room 58. Breakfast was included each morning at South Pacific Resort. This is the scenic view from our balcony. South Pacific Resort Hotel was conveniently situated in Taylors Road, opposite the RSL, in Burnt Pine. Captain Cook visited Norfolk Island in October 1774. In the dining room is a model of his ship, HMS Endeavour. Over the week we went on 9 bus tours. My favorites were the half-day general tour, night as a convict, including dinner, Wonderland by night, including a moon buggy ride, convict settlement half-day tour, island fish fry with entertainment and dinner, plus a progressive dinner visiting 3 homes. On our 1.5 free days, we hired a small Nissan Cube like this from the resort to further explore the island. The following are a mixture of bus tour and car hire photos. Queen Elizabeth visited Norfolk Island in February 1974, 200 years after Captain Cook. Her lookout gave us a great view of the nearby small Nepean Island and the larger Phillip Island, plus the scenic golf course and clubhouse, where we enjoyed lunch on another day. Convict-built houses line Military Road, now called Quality Row since 1890. This town was called Kingstown, but it is now called Kingston. Kingston has a pier for shipping, which you can see in the middle of this photo. Nearby is Emily Bay, with Phillip Island in the background. Emily Bay has a lovely sandy beach. The protected bay and warm water make it ideal for swimming. Beside Emily Bay is the old salt house, built in 1846. The salt was mainly used to preserve meat. Pans of sea water were heated by fires to evaporate the water. The cemetery in Kingston. Just a pity the residents can't see the great view. The cemetery is home to famous people like Colleen McCulloch and the infamous descendants of Bounty mutineer Fletcher Christian, plus descendants of Bounty mutineer William McCoy, and a descendant of Bounty mutineer Edward Young. Also 2 descendants of Bounty mutineer Matthew Quintal and Charles Fish Adams, a descendant of Bounty mutineer John Adams. To read this text, I suggest you pause the video now. If using a computer, press the spacebar to pause, and again to play, or the J key to go back 10 seconds. Also buried here were some military personnel guarding the convicts. 162 convicts were charged with the 15th of January 1834 mutiny. Just 29 were sentenced to death, but only 13 were actually executed, on 22nd or 23rd of September 1834. Henry Knowles was also found guilty of the January Mutiny, and he was executed, on the 22nd of September 1834. Pop into the Visitor Information Center for a free map and information on the many places to visit while on Norfolk Island, like St. Barnabas Chapel. Some essential shops are at Norfolk Mall. with many shops for the ladies, along Taylor's Road and in the village. We were supplied with outfits for the murder mystery night. Captain James Cook landed near here on the 10th of October 1774, and named this island Norfolk Isle. Looking west, from Captain Cook's lookout, and looking east, from Captain Cook's lookout, with some small islands, offshore. The convict dinner night was great fun. We drove to the Arches, and from here, we walked to Point Ross Reserve to witness this view. Later we went for a walk in the 100 Acres Reserve, where we saw these giant roots on a Moreton Bay fig tree. By hire car, we also visited the Norfolk Island Botanic Garden, where we went on some walks, trying not to get lost. We drove up to the 318 meters high Mount Pitt. Philomena and Kerry enjoying the view from Mount Pitt. The Pier Store Museum was worth a 1 or 2 hour visit. On a computer, press spacebar to pause or resume playing, and the J key to go back 10 seconds. Cannon retrieved from remains of HMS Bounty at Pitcairn Island. Again, press spacebar to pause, or J key to go back 10 seconds. Remains of first jail, built in 1790, to house convicts, from 1788 to 1814. Remains of the old hospital, built in 1829, for sick convicts, during the Second Penal Settlement. Remains of new jail, built in 1847, to house convicts up till 1855. Supplies coming from a barge offshore, to Kingston Pier, and being offloaded from a tender, to a waiting truck. Numbers 2 and 3 were for superintendents of convicts. Number 4 was for Chief Clerk of the Civil Commissariat's quarters. Number 5 was for Commissariat Storekeeper's quarters. Number 6 was for Commissariat Clerk's quarters. Number 7 was for Protestant Clergyman's quarters. Number 8 was for Commissariat Officers' quarters. Number 9 was for Royal Engineer Officers' quarters. Number 10 was for Foreman of Works quarters. Number 10 is now a museum. Showing various rooms in the museum. This 1835 building at the corner of Middleton Road and Quality Row now houses All Saints Church above the Commissariat store below, which is now a museum. Upstairs, inside All Saints Episcopal Church of England, one of many displays in the museum. The museum also sells books and DVDs. War Memorial, at the corner of Quality Row and Pier Street. Wonderland by Night Tour. Dancing Girls, at Fish Fry Night. The sound and light show was good, but hard to photograph through a bus window. Another Nissan Cube we hired. Cows roam on country roads. Ear tags identify the owner. Chooks also roam freely, but are not owned by anyone. Cyclorama is well worth a visit. Photo from a brochure I bought. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Plus subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of future videos.